Hi dear students, today I have biosafety level 3 and biosafety level 4 topic for you people. We will go the slideshow presentation and I will discuss each and every point in slideshow presentation here. Before biosafety level 3 and biosafety level 4, we have discussed already the biosafety level 1 and biosafety level 2 labs. Now, let's start the biosafety level 3 and biosafety level 4 lab. Biosafety level 3 is actually the containment laboratory. BSL-3 is designed and provided for work with REST group 3 microorganisms with large volumes or high concentration of REST group 2 microorganisms that pose an increased risk of aerosol spread. Clinical, diagnostic, research, or production facilities where work is performed with agents that may cause serious or potentially lethal disease, such type of work is conducted in BSL-3 lab. BSL-3 containment requires the strengthening of the operational safety program over and above those for BSL-2. Laboratory personnel must receive specific training in handling pathogenic and potentially lethal agents and must be supervised by scientists competent in handling infectious agents and associated procedures. Laboratories in this category should be registered or listed with the national or other appropriate health authorities. The code of practice for BSL-1 and BSL-2 applies with sub-conditions. The international, for example, these are the extra or additions of the addition to the BSL-1 and BSL-2 laboratories. The international biohazard warning sign and symbol, biosafety level and name of the lab supervisor, any special conditions for entry into the area. For example, if a person if certain type of work needs immunization, vaccination before starting that work. Similarly, lab protective clothing governs suits, coveralls, head covering, and appropriate shoe covers and or dedicated shoes. These are mandatory to wear all the time in the lab. Laboratory clothing must not be worn outside the lab, and it must be decontaminated before it is laundered. Open manipulations of all potentially infectious materials must be conducted within a biological safety cabinet or other primary containment device. The biosafety level 3 lab design. The lab must be, the BSL-3 must be separated from the areas that are open to unrestricted traffic flow within the building. Additional separation may be achieved by placing the lab at the blind end of a corridor or constructing a partition and door or access through an anteroom. Anteroom doors may be self-closing and interlocking so that only one door is open at a time. A breakthrough panel may be provided for emergency exit use. Surfaces of walls, floors, and ceilings should be water resistant and easy to clean. The lab room must be sealable for decontamination. Air conducting system must be constructed to permit gaseous decontamination. Windows must be closed, sealed, and break resistant. In the design of biosafety level 3 lab, there must be a controlled ventilation system that maintains a directional airflow into the lab room. A visual monitoring device with or without alarm should be installed so that staff can at all times ensure that proper directional airflow into the lab room is maintained. And there should be a system of the HEPA filters which is high efficiency particulate air. There must be the availability of the biological safety cabinets is must in the placement of the biological safety cabinet in the lab. Which will be the location of the biological safety cabinet in the lab. These are the mandatory points in design of the biosafety level 3 lab. The biosafety level 3 lab equipments. So manipulation of all potentially infectious material must be conducted within a biological safety cabinet or other primary containment device. Consideration should be given to equipment such as centrifuge, which will need additional containment accessories. For example, safety bucket or containment routers. Some other equipments like some centrifuge and other equipment such as cell sorting instruments for use with, and similarly infected cells may need additional local exhaust ventilation with HEPA filtration for efficient containment. Regarding the health and medical surveillance of the personnel working in biosafety level 3, here in BSL 3, medical examination of all lab personnel is mandatory. After a satisfactory clinical assessment, the examinee may be provided with the medical contact card stating that he or she is employed in BSL 3. The biosafety level 4 lab, which is the maximum containment lab. BSL 4 is designed for work with risk group 4 microorganisms, Echinopacter. BSL 4 is designed for highly toxic infectious agents. BSL 4 is required for work with dangerous agents that pose a high individual risk of aerosol transmitted lab infections and life-threatening diseases, that those are frequently fatal, for which there are no vaccines or treatments, or a related agent with unknown risk of transmission. BSL 4 should be under the control of national or other appropriate health authorities. Here is the code of practice for biosafety level 4, which is the maximum containment lab. The code of practice for biosafety level 3 applies except where modified as number 1 point. The 2-person rule should apply, whereby no individual ever works alone. Number 2, a complete change of clothing and shoes is required prior to entering and upon exiting the lab. Personnel must be trained in emergency extraction procedures in the event of personnel injury or illness. A method of communication for routine and emergency contacts must be established between personnel working within the maximum containment lab and support personnel outside the lab. Immunocompromised individuals such as children and pregnant women are not allowed to enter. Class 3 biological safety cabinet is mandatory for BSL 4. There should be controlled entry and exit of personnel and supplies in biosafety level 4, and that entry and exit of personnel and supplies must be through an airlock or pass-through system. Controlled air system include both supply and exhaust air must be HEPA filtered. The effluents must be decontaminated before final discharge. Heat treatment is the preferred method. Effluents may also require correction to a neutral pH prior to discharge. For the sterilization of waste materials, a double-door pass-through autoclave must be available in the lab area. Other methods of decontamination must be available for equipment and items that cannot withstand steam sterilization. So this was a few things about Biosafety Level 3 and Biosafety Level 4 lab. Hope you learned many things. It was a brief and it was a short discussion about the BSL 3 and BSL 4 lab. If you have any question, you can comment here, and you can ask me in your class WhatsApp group. I will answer you very happily. Your questions are welcomed all the time, anytime. Thank you. Stay safe, stay blessed.